And welcome to another edition of Licorice Pizza. Yeah, it's raining where we are, folks. But anyway, or it was raining, depending how you look at it. So it's another edition of Licorice Pizza. Today I've got a legendary band, but first, give us a like, of course, comment, and subscribe. Okay. So do hope you do that. And what's the band today? Well, they've been around a little while, since 1972, and they fly like an eagle. No, that's Steve Miller. The Eagles. We'll go back to I'm gonna pick my favorite two albums by the Eagles, because some bands have like 15, 20 albums. So I'll do like a 5 album thing. My favorite 5 albums by that group. Eagles, I'm gonna narrow it down to two. First of all, a little background. We'll go to 1972, the debut album from the Eagles, 2 hits off that: Witchy Woman and Take It Easy. Where was I the first time I heard Witchy Woman? At a bowling alley with some friends. How old was I? I don't know what, 15, 14, 15 years old. And we're bowling, and this song comes on, Witchy Woman. I said, I kind of like that. And well, the rest is history. And Take It Easy off that debut album of the Eagles. The second album we shall get to is Desperado. Of course, the song off Desperado. And they had Midnight Flyer off that one. Great album. It didn't produce like the hits that the first album had, big hits. A lot of people criticized Desperado. Too bluegrassy album, country. It was country bluegrass mixed in there. Of course, that's when they had Bernie Leadon, great musician in his own right, that was in the band at that time. And the second album, of course, Desperado, legendary song. Everybody knows that one pretty much. And but we'll get to that a little bit later. There's so many great songs off that particular album, Desperado. Then the third one come out, well, On the Border, that comes out, and a change in their sound. Eagles sound changed, I thought, listening to that album. A little harder edge to it. So Bernie Leadon still in the band, but he's more country rock. This is more just rock pop. A little heavier side. On the Border, for instance, off that album. Already Gone, that's off that album. They had that James Dean, the song James Dean, off that album as well. Yeah, a little bit more of a rock sound to that album. And fantastic. Best of My Love went #1. That was off that. That's kind of a mellow tune, kind of a ballad song. Still overall a very good album. On the Border. Then One of These Nights come out in 1975. Now things start to, I shouldn't say unravel for the Eagles, but changes are coming. Bernie Leadon he doesn't want the harder edge type of music that they were going for, like On the Border. He's looking for something different. And that album produced Lion Eyes, big hit, One of These Nights, and Take It to the Limit. Randy Meisner recently passed away, bass player for the Eagles. What a voice, what a song. Falsetto, just amazing falsetto that he had in that group. And that was a polished album. I thought that was a fantastic record, One of These Nights, by the Eagles. And Bernie Leadon, I think, was starting to leave the band during the recording of that, or close to it, in that proximity. And then what comes out, boy, I remember this so well. I was in radio at the time. So people are saying, geez, Donnie, how old are you? And anyway, old enough to know better. Well, not always, but anyway, that comes out 1977. To say that was a big album, oh, what an understatement. Joe Walsh, the great Joe Walsh, is on that particular album, plays guitar on it with Don Felder. That's a whole nother story on its own. New Kid, well, Hotel California, #1 album for weeks and weeks. #1 song, Hotel California. New Kid in Town. That, wow, what a great song. Glenn Frey, of course, the late, great Glenn Frey singing that. And Life in the Fast Lane. That's a rocker. My favorite Eagles albums. Again, I'm going to narrow it down to 2 albums. Hotel California, and some people say, oh, that's so obvious. Everybody just plays it and plays it. It's a great album. And what can you say about the song structurally? It's one of the greatest songs ever. Structurally, Don Felder thought that up on a beach and had these chords that he went to Glenn Frey and Don Henley. How do you like it? Oh man, look at this. The chord changes in it, the words. The song is an amazing tune. One you can't redo, except the Eagles redid it, and Hell Freezes Over tour. Yeah, they did that concert. They did it, and they did both the acoustic version. Remember that on the acoustic guitar? And I like that version as well. At first, I was saying, I don't know, but after a while, I warmed up to it, and I think that's a really good version of that song. But I still, if I had to prefer one Hotel California, it's the album version of that song. And I know everybody's got their favorite. It's just an opinion. Number 2 is The Long Run. After Hotel California, how do you follow up Hotel California? Like their crown jewel, Hotel, and then The Long Run, and they're all kind of not getting along at that time, let's be honest, but they produced, I thought, a fantastic record album, The Long Run. I can't tell you why. Timothy B. Schmidt singing the lead vocal to that, In the City. Talk about variety. Joe Walsh does that. I mean, really. In the City, Disco Strangler, another great song, Heartache Tonight, big hit, Glenn Frey, and The Sad Cafe, Don Henley. I think Don Henley sings. I better be right on that one, but great variety on the Long Run. That's my second favorite album by the Eagles. And how do you top that? Because they're coming off the heels of Hotel California. They're fighting in the studio all the time, not getting along, and they produce an album that good. That's pretty amazing, in my opinion. Okay, I know it. You're going to say, "Oh, yes, I am." Hotel California, title track to that song. I don't know. Listening to it, it does something to me. It's almost like a spiritual, religious experience listening to that song cranked up. I mean, it's just something about that tune. Just killer song, one of the top 10 songs probably of all time. Then New Kid in Town. That is Glenn Frey doing the vocal. Life in the Fast Lane, Don Henley. Wasted Time, the reprise of that. Victim of Love, a true story. That song's a true story about Spider Savage, Claude Longet, I think that was her name. And she was, he was a professional skier, of course. She was once married to Andy Williams, and that I won't go any further. The song is about that situation, if you listen to the words. Pretty Maids All in a Row. That's a Joe Walsh, just coming down a little bit, little soft song, nice ballad, one of my favorite songs off the album. Try and Love Again. I believe that might be Randy Meisner, and The Last Resort. A lot of meaning behind that song. Listen to that one. Don Henley does the vocal to that. And if I had to pick, if I had to have my second album, Long Run, first, Hotel California. And if I had to pick one of the albums, I just love this album, Desperado by the Eagles. If I had to pick a number 3, yeah, because Desperado, Saturday Night, which I'll get to right now since we're doing that. Before we do that, make sure you, give us a like, comment, and share, okay? Licorice Pizza, appreciate that very much. Desperado, okay, now we go to this part. I love this part of the program because my the underrated slice, okay, song that they did, in my opinion, fantastic song off Desperado is Saturday Night. And I am a radio announcer. I should play that. I don't think I've ever played that song. I got to do that one. Midnight Flyer, great tune. Tequila Sunrise. Everybody knows Tequila Sunrise off Desperado. Big hit for them. It's played across nightclubs and bars across America pretty much every night, that song. And Doolin Dalton. Now we get to the part that was underrated. My favorite slice, Hotel California. Yeah, I gotta go with that. I just have to. It's just such an awesome, awesome tune. Hotel California, the Eagles' legendary band. Of course, we can talk about Out of Eden. I think came out in 2009. The double album, good. I don't think it matches their stuff from the 1970s. I just don't. But a good album, good. There's some really great stuff off that particular album. But legendary band, of course, they're selling out all the time still. Glenn Frey passed away, of course. His son took over his part, of course, and you got Vince Gill in the band as well. Don Henley and of course Timothy B. Schmidt too. What a band live! Great band live. They sound so good live. And that is the program. That is Licorice Pizza. Can I stutter there a little bit? But anyway, Licorice Pizza. We appreciate everybody tuning in to watch this program. I certainly do. And I know opinions are all different. Okay. Somebody might like this album. It's just an opinion. And appreciate everybody that tunes in to the program. Give us a like again, a comment, and subscribe. Okay. Until next time, peace out.